Hello there, Taurus. It's so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue. I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we're doing your May career and money tarot reading. So we'll take a look at the overall energies in your career and money sector with the oracle cards, and then we'll go to the tarot for more details. And if you're enjoying the content that I create, I would really appreciate it if you would consider liking, commenting, or subscribing. I really do appreciate all of your support of my channel. Okay, let's get into your reading, Taurus. Buffalo Spirit, the abundant universe will provide. Wow. The buffalo is actually one of the most spiritual animals because it has its hooves in the ground. It's very grounded because it churns up the earth, the dirt, has its stampedes across the plain. And then it also has its eyes to the sky. So it's this connection between heaven and earth. And I feel as if you're coming into that energy of really aligning yourself between the heaven and the earth in a way. Understanding that when you work with the divine, the miracles happen. When you tune into your intuition, you listen to your heart, you make decisions based on love, not fear, that the universe will provide. The abundant universe will provide. So let's see what we have here. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. Yeah. Understanding the bigger picture of life. Understanding how, when we stay in an energy of thinking we have to do it all by ourselves and we kind of cut ourselves off from the divine, from our intuition, then what happens is that we get cut off from the divine and our intuition. When we surrender to the journey and we allow the divine to work with us, through us, in order to create what we are here to create, to share our gifts and talents with the world, to help other people heal. After we've done our own healing, that's when truth be told. And it's like, go forth and tell your truth. And the abundance will prevail. The abundance will come in. Really lovely, lovely energy. Yeah, it's I really feel like you're getting your crown chakra is being highlighted. Okay, so let's go to the tarot and see what we have. Your present energy, the waiting game. Yeah. This is a sense of, the Two of Wands, kind of waiting. The Two of Wands is really about making inspired decisions, making inspired, spirit-inspired decisions, spirit-inspired choices about how to move forward, listening to your heart, listening to your intuition, stepping into this energy of being, connecting with your spirit guides, and understanding your part in all of it. Very spiritual. It's really interesting. I don't think I've ever noticed this. Inside the hourglass, there is, a tree and then the roots. It's kind of like this would be the top of the earth and the roots are underneath and then the part of the tree that we see. It's like you're coming into this. And it's so interesting because the buffalo, remember I said the earth and the sky. You're coming into this understanding that you are kind of like a conduit for all of this energy of stepping into, wow, very spiritual. That, all that you see is not all that is there. Right? Because we can only see the trees, the top of the tree. We can't see the roots. But the roots are underneath the ground, are just as large as the tree itself, which is so hard for us to imagine because the tree is so big, but the roots are also so deep and wide in order to ground the tree, to hold it in place. And I think what you're coming into this energy of understanding, the part that everybody sees in the 3D is only part of it. There's all this other stuff that's going on that helps to feed it and nourish the tree. You're understanding that. You're coming into that. Look at, we have the heart chakra. I really feel like you're coming into alignment with your true soul purpose. Coming into alignment of understanding that you're co-creating with the divine. And what's your obstacle? New beginnings. I'm not... I know we're getting ready to go into eclipse season, but it is kind of interesting. I've gotten this card quite a bit. And it's always in the obstacle. It's not wanting to step onto this new beginning. It's wanting to stay safe, not wanting to venture forward. Because I feel like, maybe as a collective, we're understanding just how big this next portion is going to be. Like, intuitively, maybe we don't know it. Interesting. Okay, the strength card. The strength card is that you have the strength. Yeah, you have the power, the courage, the perseverance, the determination to do whatever it is you are here to do. There's nothing that can bring you down for long, You get knocked down, it's fine. You pop back up. You keep on going. And yet, at the same time, it's kind of like you're needing this strength to take this step forward onto this new path. It's really like a new path of... I feel like you're following your soul's purpose. You have this inspired decision to make. Do I stay on the same path or do I go in a new direction? Do I follow my heart? Do I stand in my truth? Do I go create what I'm here to create? Do I lead the life that I wanted to live, or am I still leading that life that my parents wanted for me or somebody else wanted for me? Have I come into a realization of who I am and who I want to become? Yeah, really, I think you've been working on that, Taurus, for some time. So I think a lot of those answers. Even if you haven't quite acted on all of them or released all of the energies, people, places, situations that you need to release, you're working on that because you're understanding, I have a truth. I have something that I'm here to do, and I'm here to create, and I'm working on getting there. So what is your lesson? Yeah, becoming aware. Look at that. High Priestess energy. Coming into this awareness that you're like trying to almost cut it off. This is the number one. This is the Magician. Understanding that you really do have all the tools. You can manifest whatever it is that you want in this world. Yeah, shadow. Coming out of the shadows. I really feel, Taurus, you are coming out of the shadows. You've done the work. So far, we have 4 cards on the table. 3 of them are major arcana. So this is a big push for you. We have the new moon in Taurus. I forgot about that. I wasn't actually relating it to you. This new moon, I feel, is going to be intense for you. And the new moon in Taurus is taking a look at where do we put our time, our energy, our money, and are we getting, are we getting out of that what it is that we truly want? Or are we making choices in our career and money sector that are really not in alignment with what we really want for ourselves, what our heart wants for us, what our soul is calling us to do? Yeah, look at this, your advice. Building that strong foundation, because that there is something big coming your way. Celebrating that you have done the work, that you have put in the time and the energy. So you are going to have financial stability, happy home, happy family. Really nice. And patience and planning. Oh, passion ignites. I think you have perhaps a new love coming in, or a new cycle of love. But, this is about having the patience to plan, to look at all of your options and choose the options that are really in alignment with who you are, what you want for yourself. And not, sometimes when we say that, well, what does your heart want? You have to do what you really want to do. We think of that as being selfish. Well, what about the rest of your family? And that is a consideration, because if your family is important to you, right, then they're part of your heart, and sometimes there are difficult decisions that you have to make in that realm. So, okay, so let's do some clarifying here. Let's see what this strength is. In your strength, yeah, you have the power. You have the power to manifest whatever it is that you want. Do you know that, Taurus? All right, do you know that this is your superpower? Your superpower is that you are the magician. You have the strength and the courage, to manifest whatever it is that you want in your life. Physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, in the 3D and the 5D, you can manifest it all when you are connected to your intuition, when you are in this energy. Yeah, you're trying to manifest a new start. You're trying to manifest that, but this is what you're having a hard time with. And the reason you're having a hard time is, remember, the new beginnings is also your obstacle. You're having a hard time because when we step into that new beginning, we have to leave people, places, situations behind. And that's difficult because at least we know those people, places, situations, right? We're used to them. We know the good, the bad, the ugly about all of that. And they know that about us, right? When we step into the new, what happens is everything is new, right? We don't know who we can trust. We don't know where to go, what to do, how to act. It's this energy of, having to feel your way through it and knowing that it is new. And part of that is exciting and part of that is scary. And the part that's scary is what the ego is going to highlight for you. It's setting off the alarm bells, right? It's kind of like, oh, wait a minute, Taurus. We don't know this place. We don't know these people. We don't know this job. We don't know this career. This is a bad idea. Let's go back. Let's go back where it's safe, right? But you know better, and all you have to do is say, thank you, ego. Thank you for trying to keep me safe. But guess what? I'm tapping into my intuition. I'm tapping into this spiritual knowledge that I have. I'm staying grounded, right? I'm meditating, I'm spending time in nature. I'm taking good care of myself. I'm ready for the journey ahead, because the journey ahead has a lot of celebrating, a lot of, stability for you that you may not have had for some time. Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Three of Cups. Yeah, some of you may have been in a third-party situation. I know this is career and money, but there's a little bit about something, the Queen of Pentacles takes care of her home and her hearth, is, a committed spouse or partner. There's an energy that something came to an end, right? Even though this career and money, but that ending affected your career and money sector, right? Relationships that end do affect our career and money sector. So, part of you has maybe had to make decisions based on that. Or the Queen of Pentacles could represent your childhood family belief systems. And, that kind of has come to an end. Not that your family, maybe you may not have severed ties with your family, but it's kind of like the beliefs that you grew up with. You know, you see the Queen of Pentacles, she's holding a baby. You're like the baby, and you were nurtured in a certain way. You were taught to believe certain things, and now you're putting an end to that, or you may have already put an end to that. But sometimes when we end something, we're not sure, well, what do I choose next? I'm not sure which direction I go in. I know I don't believe this anymore. I know that this isn't part of who I am. But it's kind of like, I don't know exactly what to choose, but it's about making choices that are bringing you stability. Taking your time to pick the materials that you're going to use to build the strong foundation. You know, you don't go out and buy, I don't know, bargain house bricks to build a house that you want to last 200 years, right? You're going to go and you're going to find the best bricks, you know. You're going to really make sure that the foundation is really firm, you know, level, is going to be able to build a house that is square and good and will last a long time. And so I feel like, you know, if you're in this kind of a gap of time, still trying to seek out your truth, trying to figure out what it is that you truly believe, it's okay. It's part of your path. It's about taking your time and picking and choosing those materials for your house, for your foundation, that are going to last through the test of time. Because I feel like you had that Tower moment where what you thought was something that you thought was good, that was good for you, that was going to last a long time, it came down. But it came down because the foundation was not secure. It wasn't firm. So let's see what we have here. 3 of Cups, 8 of Wands, 5. Yeah, this is about listening to your intuition. There's that Tower, right? Listening to your intuition, and not fearing the Tower. The Tower came in. Oh, I'm getting this message strongly. The Tower came in because you turned off your intuition, right? Or you could have been listening to it, but you decide to put a blind ear to it. You know, is that it? You know, a deaf ear. You put a deaf ear to whatever your intuition was telling you. Or like, I don't want to hear that. So now, because you feared this, you know, and didn't act upon it, didn't make the changes that you may have had the opportunity to make, then the Tower came in. So now you're fearing the Tower. Oh, I don't want my foundation to come down again. You know, it happened once. I don't want that to happen again. So, you know, I'm maybe not going to make any decisions about what to build or how to build it because, well, the last time I did that, it didn't work out too well. But that's not the case. You're tuning back in to your power, your manifestation power. You're turning back into your heart. You're turning back into your intuition. And you're saying, oh my goodness, okay, I get it. I listen to my intuition. I act on my intuition, not on my fears. And I can build a firm foundation that won't come blowing down with the next wind, right? And understanding that you can take something that, you know, if you did have a third party, and third parties do not have to be a person. A third party can be anything that distracts from a relationship, right? Whether it's a business relationship, a love relationship, a friendship, a family relationship, it doesn't matter. Something could have taken energy from your relationship, you know? With the 3 of Cups, sometimes it can be an addiction, you know, drinking too much, partying too much, something like that. You're understanding that that actually occurred, okay, to help open you up to learning how to communicate and actively move around conflict in your life. Whereas before, maybe you didn't speak your truth. You didn't tell people how you were feeling. You didn't act on your intuition. You kind of like, had the window closed. You could see through the window, but you didn't open the window, And now you're like, okay, my truth is my truth. I've gone down to the core of who I am, and now I know who I am. And I'm listening to my intuition. I'm listening to the divine. I'm working with my spirit guides, my angels, making decisions, based on what's good for me, good for my family. I'm not saying you walk away from your family, but okay, how can I surrender even more in this moment? It is essential to have clear, strong intentions of what we desire, but it's equally important for us to detach from the outcome. It's time to surrender. Let the universe have some breathing room to work. Let go of the wheel and trust so deeply that your trust turns into gratitude for what you cannot see yet, but is coming. And knowing that it's coming is your intuition. Okay, you don't know exactly when it's coming. You don't know exactly how much it's going to be. You don't know exactly what that person, that love interest that you keep having in your readings, what they're going to look like or who they're going to be. You may not know any of that, but staying in your heart space and just knowing that it is coming. Every night, right before I go to sleep, I try to really get into my heart space and think of those things, people, situations, adventures, experiences, sharings, understandings that I'm hoping to manifest into my life. Try to hold that in your heart space, very lovingly, just knowing, calling it to you. It's such a lovely feeling when you sit there and push out all the fear that it's not going to happen. But it's also important not to say, oh, it has to look this way, it has to come in at this time. You just hold space as if it's already here. I am ambitious and do not procrastinate or waste time being negative. Interesting, because I think Capricorn had that very same one. About staying positive, staying in your heart space, knowing that is all coming to you. Okay, so let's pull an angel message to finish off your reading. Well, Taurus, this is really lovely. Oh my goodness. Guilt. You do not need another's approval to feel worthy of love. Regardless of what you've done or what you think you've failed to do from your soul's perspective, there's neither right nor wrong. Every experience in life is here to help you expand your awareness of love so that you may embrace ever-grading spheres of wisdom. You've done nothing wrong. And I feel like that is, really a message, maybe for everyone, but maybe specifically for one person. If you have felt like your decisions, have led to the end of some relationship, not to have guilt, to understand that that was actually on your path, that was part of the soul contracts that you had with the people, your soul tribe here, through this life experience. So it's about understanding that part of it is making amends and atonement for things that you may feel guilty about, but then forgiving yourself. And, even if somebody doesn't forgive you, it is about you forgiving yourself and moving on and choosing love. Choose again. I choose again, and this time I choose with the eyes of love. Really interesting. Well, Taurus, I do personal readings. If you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I do wish you much love and light as you are going through this transformation. You do have exciting new beginnings ahead of you. And I look forward to your future readings. And I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.